What we're about to discuss might be a little frustrating because you might have been trying to lose weight for a while now, but counting calories is not necessarily the best way to maintain a healthy weight.
That's interesting. Our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, joining us now. So counting calories makes sense. This was what I was always told, but it's not the best way to maintain a healthy weight?
No, so think back to Weight Watchers. What did they suggest? That you get calories, right? You get calorie points, weight points, or whatever it was called for every amount of calories you eat, but it's really not the right way to do it, is what we're realizing. Because the same person can eat the same meal 2 different days with the exact same amount of calories, and it gets metabolized differently in the body.
I noticed that happens to me.
Really?
I was like, oh, I expect I'll get on the scale and I expect it to be one thing. I was like, I know what I ate today.
Right.
And it totally is different day to day.
Yeah, and we think it's even your emotional state when you're eating that influences the time of day you eat, how quickly you eat, and of course what you're eating, the structure of it. It's, for example, you could eat something, ground up, a banana smoothie versus eating a banana, and it's metabolized differently in your body.
Wait, go back to the emotional, what, am I supposed to be happy when I eat? Or
I know, how do I trick myself?
Concentrate, what is the emotion that I'm supposed to emit while eating?
Yes, so you're supposed to be mindful of your eating, because if you're watching TV, which is usually what I do when I'm eating, or I'm on my computer, what have you, you're not processing your food correctly. Also, if you're stressed or thinking about something else or multitasking, you divert blood away from your stomach, which is where it's supposed to go to digest your foods and absorb your calories, to other parts of your body, to that fight or flight, rather than that rest and relax response. So emotional state of mind is very important.
Wow.
And what about timing of food? Is it better to eat before 7 p.m., 5 p.m.? What would you suggest?
Also very important here. So the way that we evolved, we were metabolically active in the morning. So they compared 2 sets of women who ate the same amount of food, same calories, same type of meals, bigger in the morning versus bigger in the evening. So there were women that ate more in breakfast, more at dinner, and the ones that ate a bigger breakfast, they lost more weight. They also noticed that if you change the timing between your meals, so you postpone your breakfast by an hour and a half and move up your dinner by an hour and a half, so less time between meals, that's better for you from a metabolic standpoint as well.
Interesting. But you hear so many, also weighing yourself. I will only weigh myself in the morning, top of the morning to you.
Oh, of course.
It's got to be 6 a.m., butt naked.
That's the right way to do it.
Yes,
even after a coffee. I've got it.
No, don't drink the coffee, because then you'll have the weight of the coffee too.
No, it'll help you get everything out. I'm going to add that.
I gotcha.
That tickles me. Okay, anyway. So going back to how fast we eat, I thought intermittent fasting was all the rage. And that is where at least for me, I skip breakfast. I try to eat only between noon and 7. That's my window. And I give myself leeway. I'm like, girlfriend, you can eat whatever you want as long as you eat during this short window of time.
Yep.
So do I get a thumbs up from Dr.
You do
Kohli?
get a thumbs up. But here's what I'll say, Alex. It's got to be timed with the light. Right? So we have the circadian rhythm. So in the winter, for example, we should move that window maybe to 10 to 5, right? Because when it starts to get dark, you shouldn't really be eating, because you start to get melatonin release, which takes away from digestion and how you process your food. Now in the summer, 12 to 7 window makes sense. But if you eat the same meal, and this is what they did with these participants, they gave them a meal on day 1 and said, eat it in 10 minutes. And the next day they gave them the exact same meal and said, eat it in 20 minutes. The one in 10 minutes led to more blood sugar spikes and higher caloric intake.
Slow down. I eat so fast.
Me too.
My husband's like, geez, Sam.
Because you're running a race. And so the speed at which you eat your food changes the way that your body responds to it. And that's what's really fascinating. And it's not just how quickly you're eating, it's how much you're chewing as well. So take a handful of almonds and you eat them, pop them in and chew 5 times and swallow. No good. You ground those same number of almonds and swallow, much more nutritional value. So we have to talk to our kids.
Almond butter, even better?
Sure. But here's the thing about almond butter, and this is funny that you bring that up. So an apple versus applesauce, it can be the exact same amount of apples in both products, but because the applesauce is already ground up, we tend to eat it faster. It creates more of an addictive cycle in our brain, as opposed to the apple, which we have to chew and work hard at eating. So our brain is not as likely to create that addiction because it takes longer for those satiety hormones. The satiety hormones come up faster, so they last longer, and they make us feel fuller faster. faster.
No, that makes sense. So eating thoughtfully, mindfully,
Yep.
that's what I'm taking away. It also, I'm going to drink coffee before I get on the scale.
Yeah.
And chew your food and time your eating.
Okay, chew
And
the
do
food.
that instead of calorie counting, because this is really a better way to biohack our metabolism, ladies.
Yeah, it's smart. I
Good
can do this.
good
Yeah,
takeaways.
Dr.
Yes.
Kohli, thank you.